Hello, Flosstube.
Greetings.
I'm Laura.
I'm Joe.
Welcome to the Slovak Farm.
This is the farm where we grow cross stitch.
One stitch at a time. Today is Monday, July the 18th.
We survived the stampede of the squirrels.
We survived the squirrels.
I don't know if they're going to show up again today. Probably. At least some of them. It's us.
They enjoy our house. We live in the country.
Yeah. Would you like to know what level of country we live in? They're taking out the only stoplight in town.
We used to live... Well, they haven't taken it out yet.
They're doing it in 2 days.
But on Wednesday, we go from a one stoplight town to a no stoplight town.
So when they see this, we'll be a no stoplight town.
Exactly. Well, no, because they might watch this on Tuesday.
Oh, yeah, I forgot you changed that. Wow. You've been doing that for how long? I keep forgetting you did that.
Since we moved here, because it's so much easier. Now, and I will say this. Tuesday, sometime on Tuesday. Last week, I did the whole formatting thing with the video and whatnot. And it was exporting, and for some reason my computer went to sleep and it didn't finish exporting, so I had to finish exporting it Tuesday morning. So it didn't get up till late Tuesday, but Tuesday.
Oh, we have good news on that front. On that front too.
Well, it wasn't the uploading problem. It was simply that my computer fell asleep.
I know, but it's still related, and I want to brag.
Oh, he is very excited because our cable internet provider
very wordy letter.
sent us a very lovely long letter. They've been working on upgrading to our internet service. They're going to start working on our cable service just to make everything faster, better, and all of that. Which
actually, they said it's done.
Well, the cable's done. I don't think the internet's done. The cable's not.
Yeah, but no, like the internet was like the week I was home because of the work stuff. The internet, that was also when they were doing the final upgrades to the network.
Yeah.
So during the hours I normally would have been at work, the network had the reliability of a 5-year-old trying to hold an ice cream cone when you told him not to eat it, and it's his favorite flavor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that thing was going everywhere while that kid was running around going, my ice cream. Picture kid with ice cream running away, trying to get as much of it in his mouth as he can. And then the brain freeze.
We're trying to watch Caitlin eat a cup of ice cream Thursday. We went to... So my nieces were up this week for Camp Grandma and Grandpa at my parents' house.
Camp.
Did you
tell your mom that?
I did not. I just came up with that one on the fly.
We need to pause this video so you can tell your mom.
I'm pretty sure I heard it somewhere else. But no, that one just entered my brain. But so
the squirrels are already here.
But so it was a very busy week.
My boss is actually really cool, and they actually let me, even though I didn't have to work early, because 2 of the on-sites I had were, when we have an on-site, I start work earlier and get done earlier. They let me work on-site hours, even though the on-site was canceled because my nieces were up.
Which was nice. And they wanted us for dinner
every night.
Every night.
Which was perfectly fine.
God love them. I'm glad we live.
The weather made me mad, yes, on the last 2 days.
It was cool on Saturday, and it rained all day yesterday.
Yeah. Guess what I didn't get a chance to do, because by the time I finally got home from dinner, my brain was somewhere between mush and a pancake, so I didn't want to go out in the pool. And then I was like, oh, I'll just go Saturday. And the weather report.
I really thought Saturday was going to be a lot warmer than it was. But guess what? It's going to be 90 tomorrow and 90-something
Wednesday, I actually might do it. Or tomorrow, actually.
And it's going to be in the 80s the rest of the week. And actually the upper 80s Thursday. Yeah. It's going to be hot this week. I don't remember. And my days are screwed up right now. It's been a day. Anyways. So yeah, so last week was busy. And I did not get a ton of stitching done. I did get stitching done, but it wasn't a huge amount.
She was having fun getting stuff out of one niece's hair that the other one put there.
Let's see. Yeah, because Tuesday, they came over. We swam, and then we took breaks in the pool, and their parents sent up this oozy thing.
It's slime.
It's like, it's worse than slime. Because, like, slime is...
There's worse than slime.
Oh, yes, there's worse than slime. So it was like this, like, congealed jelly type stuff. And you had this little thingy, and you dipped it in this mixture of, I don't remember what, in water. And then you put the oozy jelly stuff in, and you swirl it around in this, and then you stick the little maker in this bowl of activator stuff, and it makes a nice, like, a really squishy, soupy ball. That doesn't sound right. And this is going to sound even worse. And, like, it split, and you could, like, split the outer part of it, and the stuff would ooze out of it. Well, we were trying to figure out how to get them to split to make the stuff ooze out of it. Like I said, this is just going to get worse. And birthday twin squeezed. And, of course, you know, when you squeeze, it shot out and nailed Mini-Me in the hair. So I had to go hose her down. We were in bathing suits. Because...
that was going to happen.
Well, we wanted to go back in the pool anyways, so...
Yeah, it's still easy to hose them off, though. And you told me that was a consideration. I was at work.
Joe's at work. Wednesday we went to Castle Noel. I have got to take him to Castle Noel.
There are 5 places in this area you have been telling me for almost 2 decades.
I got to take you to the Christmas Story House, too, because I want to go to the Christmas Story House.
Okay, I've lived in the Cleveland area for almost 2 decades. Somebody has yet to want to go to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame with me.
You know, that's true. We need to go to the Rock.
I have never been there.
Especially now that Bon Jovi's been put in the Hall of Fame.
What?
Bon Jovi was put in the Hall of Fame a couple years ago.
We haven't gone.
Well, it was like they got inducted in 2019 and then COVID happened.
Oh.
So, Castle Noel, this is the lovely picture of me going down the slide. My nieces insisted they push me. This is the red slide from A Christmas Story. That Ralphie goes down in Higbee's. Yes, that's there. I'm
actually surprised they've been using it and still have it in good condition.
Well, they wax it. They wax it every day. They take care of it. They have the RV from Christmas Vacation.
Do
Yes.
they have the bald bear butt?
No.
I want to see the prop that was used for that, because that would be funny as heck to mount on a wall.
They have, yeah. They have a lot of stuff. It's Castle Noel, so it's all Christmas. They're doing some work and some improvements. They have several of the animatronic displays from New York City. They have the 2017 one from Saks Fifth Avenue, and I forget which year the Nutcracker was, but that's actually what got them started in the animatronics. With the animatronic displays, they actually found it in a warehouse, salvaged what they could of it, put it back together, because, fun fact, those animatronic displays in New York, Saks Fifth Avenue, Macy's, Lords and Taylor? I forget the other one. They don't just disassemble them at the end of the season. They destroy them. Because they do not want the parts to end up on eBay, private auction. They don't want the parts. They don't want it misused. So for several years, there's Castle Noel has acquired quite a few of them. They don't have space for all of what they have on display, but they do have the one from 2017 that Saks Fifth Avenue invited them to come and take in its entirety, so that they have all the pieces, which I think is kind of cool.
You want to know something funny? For my job, when we are done, when we get rid of a piece of test equipment, We have to send it to an appropriate disposal site or destroy the crap out of it.
I'm wondering if the mechanics do get reused. I would assume, this is my assumption, but the mechanical parts probably get reused. It's just like the outer coverings get disposed of, and hopefully they get disposed of in an eco-friendly way because, yeah. I mean, they're not very...
Yeah, like the one thing they
sturdy.
probably want to really make sure to get rid of is the programming.
Yeah.
Any kind of computer parts or anything like that.
Yeah.
Because you can actually do some very interesting and not nice things with the motors they use for animatronics.
I'm sure of it. But it is kind of fun, and yeah,
Have
I
you
do
ever
gotta,
seen Terminator?
Yes. I do have to take you over to Castle Noel, and there are definitely things we need to hit up in the Cleveland area. But we went and we got ice cream one day.
And my beautiful wife brought me back
And I
some
brought
while I
him
was at
back
work.
some because he was at work.
They did all the trip stuff while I was at work
Well, it was
because
during
of
the day.
timing.
Right, and let's see. So the ice cream trip was Thursday. And actually Wednesday, my sister-in-law's grandmother lived in a historic home not too far from here in the same county, and it got turned into a historical site, and the oldest niece has been asking about it, so we drove up there to kind of show her, hey, we can't really walk through the house at will like right now. But while we were on our way up there, Mini-Me goes, can we go to that butterfly place we went to last summer? Right there in the area. So Mom looked at me and I said, let's go. So, and it was kind of cool too because the conservatory, it's part of the Metro Parks, and so they have a butterfly house, but then they have like a conservatory, which is like, a giant greenhouse. And if you have kids, you can they can do a little scavenger hunt, and it's kind of cool because it's cutesy stuff that the kids are interested in finding, but it also slows them down because they have to look for it. So you can kind of enjoy it, and they can kind of enjoy it. And I was thinking about possibly doing a yearly membership to the Miller Park Conservatory because it's only $10 a year. And it helps preserve and if you have the membership, you can walk through the conservatory anytime.
I think one of my favorite places at the zoo is the butterfly house there.
Yes.
And I think one of the cutest things I see is the fact, basically, they have like 4 different signs that are like, watch for hitchhikers. And they have like an airlock system, and people like look at you like, not because they think you're going to steal something, but because the butterflies will ride on you. Because technically, if the butterflies get out, it would actually be a problem.
Right.
The wrong species in the wrong place can present a problem, especially if you've ever seen a caterpillar and what they can do.
By Friday, the girls were done with adventures, and they just wanted to come over to Aunt Laura's house and swim and do crafts. And one of the crafts that got sent up with them, that one of the nieces had gotten, is a bead pet kit. This is supposed to be a butterfly.
Hey, honey, it's a cocoon.
I'm wondering if I can put some glue on it and make the wings stand up straight.
Actually, it's a really cute idea.
Huh.
Do you have anything like a big ring or something you could put into each one of those wings to actually hold it open?
No.
40 kajillion buttons you have up there, and you don't have one you can put in there?
This is going on a pair of scissors. Do you know why this is going on a pair of scissors? Why would this be going on a pair of scissors?
It'd be going on my dartboard.
It's a frog. I will tell you, if you see this and think, oh, this would be cute for my kid, be prepared. This is not easy.
I had to help them figure it out to begin with because they were like, how do we do this? I'm like, oh, you do this. How did you do that? I'm like, I saw the diagram and I'm good at that stuff. Thank God.
Yeah, and then I kind of helped figure out how to lay it out and put it on, and man, that was an interesting afternoon. So, and yes, this has been a long intro. Had a busy week.
Mm-hmm. Is this more like an intro or just a, hey, our week has been?
It's just been a busy week.
And I've just been busy at work dealing with the fact that the business got broke.
I know.
In case anyone's worried, we're allowed to give vague details. We were hit with a cyber attack, which sucks. And now they're dealing with all that crud and that crud and that crud, and I'm sitting here like, and this is why these people wondered why our old boss never put anything he liked on the internet. Only the emails were done on the internet. All of our calibration stuff, all the stuff we did, we actually put it on thumb drives and took it over to the computer to mail them out, and they're usually PDFs.
Yeah.
Because even if we got a virus, what's it gonna do?
Pretty much. Okay. Well, shall we move on to whips now?
Yeah, that might be a good idea.
Oh, you know what we didn't do?
Shout out the commenters.
Yep, I didn't even have the video pulled up.
Do you want me to pause or want me to just do a funny dance?
Do funny dance.
Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey. Hello, my
This
rising
doesn't help.
gal. When did I ever say I was going to help?
Okay. Here you go. Shout out to the commenters.
Pauline, Teresa, Bridget, Glenna, Angie.
Angie asked how you spell the cat's name. That was one of her comments, and I laughed.
Nice haul. Lynn, Victoria, Susie Scott, Madam Morty, and Tamara.
Fabulous. Thank you guys for commenting. Let's move on to whips now.
Monkey presses button. Where am I a squirrel?
You're a squirrel. You're a squirrel. Whips!
Do you actually want me to try to be loud?
No.
Do you want me to see if I can break the microphone?
No.
You've been warned.
Whips. Whips.
No, it's plural for you. I like to get these things out of the envelopes because it's less glossy and shiny stuff. And I always forget to do it until she goes whips, and I go, crap.
And he goes, crap. Guess I should take mine out.
Yeah, if you saw last week's video, you know I got ambushed with an awesome surprise that I didn't know she could actually be that sneaky. Like, she has never gone that far to surprise me with anything. And, yeah, and we've been together a while. It is Ink Circles Tangled Fire. Sunflower. Yeah, and I came up with a really stupid name for this solo because I'm a dork. This is Hand Solo. Comment below if you get it. I just got a little bit done because I'm busy.
Busy, yes.
And also, I had to find all the floss. Laura had to make the fabric for me. I love this beautiful woman. Marrying an ONS was probably the smartest thing I ever did.
You didn't marry an ONS. I became an ONS.
I'm still married to an ONS.
You're married to an ONS, yes. Story time. You know that fabric I have? I don't have it over here. Stitcher's Heart is on, but I'm like, that I was like, so this fabric, so this dye, I dyed this piece of fabric for somebody. They wanted an exact copy of the color that I had done for them before. So I took the same dye because there was leftover dye, and I dyed a piece of fabric and it didn't look right. Yeah. Remember that story? Yeah. I remixed the dye, dyed her a new piece of fabric that was the right color. Had leftover fabric from it. Picked up the bottle and went, oh, I know what color this will be. It did it again. I guarantee if I had Stitcher's Heart close by and I pulled it out, this is what Stitcher's Heart fabric looks like. So I have zero explanation because I did nothing to the dye. I know I did nothing to the dye. It's literally been sitting in a bottle since I re-dyed her fabric like a year ago.
Oxygen.
I've never had any of my fabric dyes do that. It's so weird. I suppose I could probably make it up as a color, offer it as a color, but I have no guarantee it's going to do that.
Oh no! This color, honestly, the only way you could do it, and I'm sorry, people out there, but this is the honest truth, is you'd have to double the price, and it'd take a year.
Yeah.
Yes, you double the price, and you have to plan something ahead a year.
Yeah.
Because that makes it rare, and rarity makes it expensive.
Oh, right. I don't know.
But I will say, it is accidentally an awesome color.
It is an awesome color, and I may just mix up a bottle of that dye and leave it set for a while and see how long it actually takes to kind of get into that tone. Because I do like that color.
And, Oh, I have a name for this if you do make it a color.
I'm going to play with it and see what I can come up with.
I can give you my fun name idea.
What's your fun name idea?
Sapphire Skies.
I like that.
Tell me that doesn't look similar, kind of like a sapphire, but it also looks like skies.
Right.
And in honor of what I was trying to go for.
Yeah. All right, so let's talk about my lips. Can we talk about my lips?
I'm not going to sing that bad song. Go ahead.
Okay. So for the Daily 30 Weekly Style Prompt, I worked on Fall on the Farm. I also put this towards a monthly, stitch on a lip with food, cooking, or a kitchen. There's probably a kitchen in that farmhouse, but there's also pumpkins and chickens are food. And yes, that is a photocopy of the cover because my working copy, because, you know, I think if I open it this way, yeah. It only takes up one page. This chart only takes up one page, so I just opened it out and photocopied the working copy that way.
Yeah, you also have flowers, and those are usually edible.
True story. Then
Just
I don't
being
have to pull
weird.
it out of the plastic. So I ended up doing 600 and I'm gonna put back 635 stitches on that one.
Dang.
Yeah.
I don't even think I did 35 stitches.
And then it was her weekend to come out and party yesterday. So she came out and partied yesterday. I actually stitched on her for a whip that I can associate with a game or sport because there's an American football team called the Ravens, and she's got ravens, and that's where my brain was yesterday.
And those are what, sports?
Yeah. And then, y'all, I don't know the idiot who wrote the prompts for this week, but Lord, what were they thinking? Spoiler alert. I do know the idiot that wrote these prompts.
Would you like me to give them a hint? Yes or no?
Nope. I'm pretty sure they figured it out. But anyways, stitch on something with an item you'd find in the sky or on the ocean. How many people are going to do something in the ocean? Even though technically I want on the ocean. Birds go in the sky.
Honey, can I just be honest?
What?
It's really, really difficult to not be at least somewhat in the ocean if you're on the ocean.
I'm not on the ocean. But birds go in the sky. So I'm almost done with the 300 stitches for that prompt. I think I've got maybe 50 stitches left. So you're not going to see those next week. But here's what I did of the 600-ish stitches. It's, you know, here in the back of this background. And I realized when I got halfway through this, you know, I had like this done and that done and part of this done, that this color was called for in the border, And I had done something different than what I decided to do with how it's stitched out in the background. But I don't care. I'm going to keep the border the way I planned it for the border. Stitch the background the way I planned it, the way it's charted in the background. And roll with it. Make it my own. Yes, I am changing
way past that point.
her color. Well, I'm way past that point anyways because I'm changing her to a red dress from the blue dress because we call her Regina from Once Upon a Time. There we go. So that's that. Last week's prompts were Macaroon Week. So they were, excuse me, all devoted to such a tasty treat. So, and all of my stitches for Macaroon Week went on one project.
We had fun stretching.
I did not have to do a ton of stretching, actually. So, cardinal points. A popular designer. Long Dog Sampler is a popular designer. Stitch on a whip you can tie to a specific holiday, either nationally or internationally. We just celebrated, well, not us Americans, but our British friends just celebrated the Queen's Platinum Jubilee. There's crowns on here. So therefore, we're tying this to the Queen for her Platinum Jubilee. Because it was a national holiday with businesses closed.
No, we didn't stretch. We stretched all the way across the Atlantic Ocean, dear.
That's not a stretch.
Yeah.
It didn't say what country I had to pick a holiday from. It just said I had to pick a holiday.
But still, you stretched it all the way to England. That was a funny joke. At least I thought so.
I did use my free pass on stitching on something that was like a non-hand-dyed fabric only because I was out of time in the week and I had the free pass.
Like, the only thing I think you could do is, like, Scenic Farms.
Well, a Scenic Farm, O Feathers, Victorian Way.
Aragon or the Hage you have.
My 3 full coverages. I do have some that are on just plain white fabric. Shockingly enough, I just ran out of time. It's not that I didn't want to do them. I wanted to do the stitches for this prompt. I ran out of time.
Yeah. Busy.
Okay. And then stitch on a whip that contains any man-made object that can have distinct variations. Well, there's flower urns on there, and obviously, as you can see, based on the 3 on there, they have variations. So, there's that. I think I use this for something else. I use this for a monthly or 2. I think I already talked to you guys about this. A whip with an insect. This is it. Yeah. So that was the monthly I used on it. Anyways, what I'm trying to tell you is I did 1,863 stitches on this
She
piece.
didn't stitch much last week, though.
And we have a finish. He was told not to ring it in my ear.
Cover your ears.
No, because people don't want it ring that loud.
No! I just wanted to ring it on camera, and you said not to do it in your ear.
Okay, well, that little thingy on the camera was great. I did do this on a custom hand-dyed fabric. But I did do all the called for colors on it. Shocker, I know.
You just read my mind.
This is available exclusively through your needlework shop. You can't go on Long Dog's website and download it as a PDF because this was a collaboration with Gentle Arts. All of the flosses are Gentle Arts. And I'm not going to lie, there's a lot of backorder Gentle Arts flosses, but if you're interested, I can acquire it for you and start working on flosses for you. Let's look one more time at this glorious project. I am very pleased to have this finished. I need to find a frame for it because this is a piece that's going to get framed. Oh, I edited the bottom here where the words are that says my name and location and date. If you see, it has your name and then location on this side. Wrought this and then the date. With the way
Modified it.
Well, because my name is so short, because my name was so short, I started with doing it that way and quickly realized with how short my name and location were, it looked funny. So I did do it this way and I like it a little bit better. And it just looks a little bit more even. I mean, there is a big gap here, but I think that looks
It looks fine to me.
It looks good. It looks okay with how I did it. And I'm good with that. So, next up, FFOing this.
I had a really cute idea.
I gotta find a frame. It's like 13 by 13. So I would almost need like a 14 by 14 frame. So that's been my stitching for the week. Not a whole lot. I mean, not a whole lot of variety. I have no haul, so let's go to plans and announcements.
Okay. I believe you. Well, now that I figured I don't know how to hit a button, I was actually hitting the wrong side.
This laptop is very difficult because
there are no buttons, it's just a square.
It's yeah, and it's like I can be hitting, what? I can be hitting the one side and it'll tell me I'm hitting the other side. Show you how you have a left and right mouse.
Unless you're one of those weird Mac people.
I know, yeah. It's true.
Kidding. I know that people like Macs. I don't, but that's just because I like to build my own computer, and doing that with a Mac is kind of difficult because they're all pre-built.
Hey. Sorry.
Wow, that was a weird thought.
You're so weird.
Duh.
What's your plans?
I don't know.
Are you gonna keep working on Tangled Twire?
I don't know. Probably to work on that, and then if I actually get around to it, also work on Evanar. I need to get work on her. Get her done.
Yeah.
You understand my weird.
I'm so weird. Okay.
By the way, that is the best life advice I could ever give you. Find somebody whose weird is compatible with your weird, and you will have a very long and happy life.
It's true. Okay. So, this week in Daily 30, we're doing fairy tales. I could shoot the idiot that came up with these prompts. I'm the idiot that came up with these prompts.
I was about to say, doesn't suicide, isn't that an auto hell?
I was joking.
I was actually...
Okay, I could smack the idiot that came up with these prompts.
I love how we both did that.
I truly, when I wrote these, was like, it kind of felt like we were getting a little repetitive with the prompts. And we weren't really, but it was starting to feel like that. And I'm like, I'm just going to come up with something weird and off the walls. And I tied the prompts into different fairy tales from around the world. Because I thought that would be really fun. Because everybody knows fairy tales through the Disney lens. Or most people know fairy tales through the Disney lens. And I thought, wouldn't it be really fun to do some fairy tales that haven't been Disney-fied?
They exist?
Yes, they exist. I found more than 5 of them. Uh-oh. Bless you.
Thank you.
So, this week's plans are going to be a little bit of a longer segment because I kind of want to talk about my fairy tales, where I got these from. Because I actually thought it was really cool. So, the first place I went was the British Isles. And I found a fairy tale called Horned Women. In this fairy tale, there's a lady of the house who's up carding wool, which is kind of when you take the wool. You have 2 like comb-looking things, but they're flat. like flat brushes, and you put the wool on one side, and you go back and forth, kind of like this, pulling the wool, and it kind of helps pull, any like particle matter, shall we say, out of
It
it.
cleans and fluffs it.
It cleans and fluffs it, yes. So she's carding wool, and sequentially 12 horned witches come to the door, one at a time. Which one has one horn, which two has two horns, so on and so forth, until there are 12 women in the house, and they enchant her, and they want to kill her family. So it breaks the spell through a spirit that is in her well that tells her how to break the spell. And she breaks the spell, and the witches are mad. And when they realize they can't get back in the house, they ride off and leave, but one of the witches leaves a shawl, and the family picks up the shawl, and the family keeps it in with the household for generations to come as a reminder of the story and to use caution when welcoming strangers into your home.
So basically, stranger danger.
Basically, it's a good stranger danger fairy tale. And so,
disclaimer for those that don't know: most fairy tales are not nice.
they're really, a lot of fairy tales aren't nice, but I did find some that were, but like this one.
No, I'm not talking about the happy ending or not.
Okay.
I'm just talking about how it's like, yeah, they weren't there to make them fall asleep. No, they wanted to kill them.
Yeah.
These were not nice PG type. No, these were like rated PG-13 to rated R level stuff.
And actually, I kind of talked about that in my little intro about how, you do kind of have themes in fairy tales, and wanting to kill people in the fairy tales is definitely an overarching theme. But so the prompt for this was to stitch on something that reminds you of an event. I have a couple options. I need to stitch on Lady with Dog for Whip Go. And that reminds me of us getting our Bandy. So that was an event. That was an event.
The dog arrived in Ohio in late March of 2020.
The dog arrived in Ohio the day the governor had the press conference shutting everything down for COVID.
Oh, I didn't know it was that close to it.
Yeah, it was the day that press conference.
I thought it was a few days beforehand.
So it was that Friday. It was that Friday. So
Bandy made it in here by a whisker.
Yeah, so there was some serious coordinating going on with figuring out us going to meet Bandy to make sure that she was a good fit for us. Bandy going somewhere to meet a cat to make sure she was cat safe. And then Bandy coming to our home.
Luckily, we got like the most patient dog ever.
It worked out really. It did work out well, and we got the best dog. So it was an event. Bun Beku Changam. I don't think I said that right. I know I didn't. It's Japanese, but it's a fairy tale from Japan. Japan has this really kind of cool thing with a lot of their fairy tales, where someone who is poor or down on their luck will meet an animal or like an old person, and they will go out of their way to help them even when they don't have much. And it turns out that who they've helped is actually a magical creature. And in this fairy tale, a poor farmer helps out a raccoon. Turns out he's a magical raccoon that can shapeshift, and it shapeshifts into a singing and dancing teapot. And he allows the man to take him on tour so that he can make money to support his family.
Oh.
So the prompt for that was to stitch on something that might have several different forms, since we have a shapeshifting raccoon. I think I'm probably going to go with Lady with Dog with that, because you can get Because, well, I mean, dogs, you just have all kinds of breeds.
That's called a tanuki.
A tanuki.
I actually know a thing or two about Japanese folklore. Tanuki are shape-shifting pranksters who can be as helpful as they are harmful. It depends on how you treat them. Think like fairies.
Almost like in the beginning of Beauty and the Beast, when the Beast refuses to help the old woman and she turns into a beautiful, magical woman who curses him because
he's a jerk.
He doesn't help her.
He's a jerk.
So then I went to Nigeria and found a fairy tale of why the sun and the moon live in the sky. Because the sun, the moon, and the ocean were friends. And the sun wanted the ocean to come up to their home. But when the ocean came up, it filled the home, and the sun and the moon had to sit on the roof. That's the sky. So that's why the sun and the moon are in the sky, and why the ocean meets the sky. It's cute! It's cute. So, stitch on something with an item you'd find in the sky or on the ocean. And we went with Raven Queen, because there's a bird on it.
Caw-caw! Caw-caw!
So, I found a indigenous people story from North America, from the Cherokee. And it's a story of strawberries. The first man and the first woman were in love, but she became angry with the man, so she left him. So the man went to ask the sun to help her, and the sun sent strawberries, and that's why strawberries are in the shape of a heart. Spoiler alert, it helped him win her back. That's why women love strawberries. I don't know if that's true, but that's a cute story, and it makes me kind of like strawberries even more. Considering the fact that I love chocolate-covered strawberries, and he will randomly bring me chocolate-covered strawberries when I'm feeling...
So much easier when we lived in the
When I'm feeling away?
Yes, I've actually called...
I think it's cute.
What can I say? It works.
So, stitch on a project you can relate to love, or has strawberries on it. Bandy. Greyhounds. I love my greyhounds. I've got... What else do I have to work on? Oh! I was going to use... Did you totally see the gear slip there in my brain?
Honey, that gear didn't slip. That gear ran away and joined the circus, and now you have a clown spinning around going, help!
That's terrifying, because clowns are terrifying.
Well, not if they're in a hamster wheel.
Hey, you know who else doesn't like clowns? Mini-Me.
There's a lot of things we found out you'd swear to survive this weekend.
She'll say something or do something, and my mother and I will just start laughing because it's totally me. I need to stitch on Argon and Arwen another day, since obviously they're in love.
What is their wedding?
It is their wedding.
Okay. Yeah.
And then the final fairy tale is Sinbad, who's of Persian origins. And a lot of people know stories about Sinbad. He was a sailor. He kind of got himself into a bind quite frequently and somehow managed to get himself out. His stories are numerous and take many different forms. So I repeated stitch on something with different forms on accident. I didn't realize I did that. So there's 2 prompts that say stitch on something that have many forms. Oops. What was my other... I don't remember what my other letter of the month one was. I've looked at this not even an hour ago when we were getting ready to start filming, and I forgot already. Oh, Lady with Dog is my other one for this month. So I'll probably get the 2 days done on her. I need to do 2 days on Victorian Way and 2 days on Scenic Farm before the end of the month for WIPGO. If that goes into next month with WIPGO, it's not that big of a deal. I may use, so I'll probably use one of those two because you can have, houses have all kinds of different forms, farms have all kinds of different forms. So I'm gonna use one of those two for it and see where I can get from there. Sorry that this video has been long. If you guys have made it to the end, I didn't really expect it to take this long, but it just kind of did. And we kind of just go with the flow with these videos, or we try to. We try to make them as natural as possible.
Yeah, we planned this like not.
We don't plan this at all.
Push button for next segment, or are we still in the same segment?
We're at the wrap up point, and every week
I got lost.
I swear I do this every week. I look at my face and I go, my glasses are crooked. They're not. My face is crooked. Like my glasses. My face is crooked. My glasses are straight. That's why I just pulled them off and looked at them. What do we want the people to do, honey?
Run. To your local O&S and buy stuff. Well, not so local. Otherwise it'd be an O&S. I made about as much sense as the one like man in a butt kicking contest trying to win a quarter.
Telling y'all, it's
Well, thought counts. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, bell notification, thingy me bobby, all that YouTube stuff, all the other buttons they keep adding. They just keep adding and adding, and I'm pretty sure there's a button.
They keep changing stuff, and I go, what the fuck did you do now?
I'm waiting for the hey, did Skynet like this or not button.
There's a joke about algorithms in there.
Well,
I could not think of the word for the life of me.
Hey, honey.
Yes.
I'm gonna say this one. If you're here, comment below about what the hell that guy said. Comment below what's your favorite fairy tale. Wow, my tongue just ran away and joined the my tongue just was one with the squirrels.
The squirrels have taken over your tongue.
Actually, I think they're in my brain running around looking for nuts. They're in the wrong head.
The squirrels have taken over.
You missed that last part.
What?
I said the squirrels are running around in my brain looking for nuts. They're in the wrong head.
My nieces watch these videos.
And they've said worse.
He's not wrong.
Oh, you forgot that story. Her nieces discovered that we have a YouTube channel last Monday.
I think, no, we told it last week.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they watched the video from last week.
I talked about it on Tuesday, so.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, we saw the video. Oh my God.
Yeah, that's why we didn't go over there for dinner on Monday, because I told them we had to film a YouTube video. And they're like, wait, you make YouTube videos? I'm like, there's not nearly anything you will find entertaining. But apparently they watched one or two. I started this YouTube channel 4 years ago. I did not think it had been that long.
I love you.
Love you.
All right, people.
Have a
Bye.
great week. We'll talk to you next week. Bye.
I'm going to have some ice cream. Technical pain in my bum sticks.